Question number 16 out of 20. This is a question that if people aren't asking, they should be asking. Can I build more than one network marketing business at a time? Let me be as positive about this as I can. No. That's a bad idea. If you're building one network, you need to believe in that network and focus on building that network. Anything else dilutes the effort and sets a bad precedent for the people that follow you. I go back to this. Friends do what friends do. Reality is that if people are following you and they get wind that you're building more than one business, that's going to indicate that you're not completely convinced that the primary business that you are involved in, that you signed them up in, is the real ticket, that they're going to need something more to advance and succeed. New distributors particularly are really vulnerable. Your downline is vulnerable, and if you've built a business and you're successful in getting some momentum, you got a downline that's watching what you do. And if you're doing something that is not perhaps a real good idea, they're going to follow you down that road, and it will be to their demise. You can actually undo your entire network by making poor decisions. And if you are trying to build more than one downline at a time, you're making a huge mistake. People that do that generally fail. If they don't fail, they never succeed at a level that is of any significance whatsoever, and they certainly don't achieve the big numbers that the big income earners tend to generate. Now, does that mean that you can never be a part of more than one organization? No, not at all. In fact, if you're part of an organization that's just not working for you, find another one. You need to be in something that works, and it's okay if you've discovered that something isn't working to move on and find something that does. You want to achieve your high numbers and your high goals. Be with a company that can help you get there and has all the tools that you need to make that happen, and something that's comfortable for you, something that you can identify with, get passionate about, and grow with. But if you divide your loyalties with other companies, you're just going to undermine yourself. Now, there are people in the industry that are involved in more than one network marketing company. But when they do that, and this is rare, I don't necessarily recommend this, but when that happens, it's one thing to build a network, get it successful, continue to generate income, residual income from that, stay active, and establish another one and then build it and keep your focus there. Now that can be done. Again, it's not generally a good idea. One of the challenges here is you've got to be very careful about the policies and procedures of one company versus another. Some companies don't let you do that, and you can be dismissed from your organization, kicked out as a distributor for doing it. You want to really know what your policies and procedures are before you ever engage in that kind of thing. Then you got to be very careful, because if you start jumping from companies and pulling people from your current network into a new opportunity, again, you've set a precedent, and people are going to do that, and all of a sudden you got chunks of your network going someplace else into other businesses because you indicated by the fact that you did it that that's okay, and it's really not. You don't want to rob from one network marketing organization to build another. Now, if you've got a long-term following and a company is dying and fizzling, or it's not doing well, and people choose to follow you to another business, that's one thing. But if you've got two companies that are both viable and you're trying to build them both, and you're starting to borrow distributors, people, move them from one to another, you're making a huge mistake, and you are probably not in compliance with the policies and procedures of those organizations. So be very careful about this. If you select your company correctly in the first place, make sure it's a good fit. Make sure that you've joined them at a point that's before their massive growth, if possible. That's not to say that you can't get involved in big companies and succeed. But it's nice to get a part of that massive growth, where you get a part of that, the exponential explosion from small to very big. That's kind of fun, and that's a desirable place to be. But if you're in a company that's doing those things, keep your focus. Don't dilute your efforts. And don't set a precedent that other people would follow, and all of a sudden you lose the network that you worked so hard to build. Not a good idea in any way, shape, or form. So keep your focus, be successful, stay on track. What was it my dad used to tell me? You want to dance with the girl you brought to the dance, you know. Kind of an interesting idea. Be blessed. Thank you. I'll see you on the next question.